Welcome to another episode of the Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Cameron Songer, and this week it's our football season preview. We'll talk to football head coach Shane Richardson. We'll also get a preview on the Braves' women's golf season with head coach David Sinan. But first, I'm joined in studio by UNC Pembroke football head coach Shane Richardson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me back, Cameron.
Last season was your second as the head man of Braves football. The team improved by 4 wins, going 6-4 in 2015. What was the biggest difference, and how will it carry over into this season?
It's a great question, and as a staff, we've sat back and we've thought about that. We talked about it back in the springtime. We even mulled over it this summer, and even going into fall camp, we've talked to our team this fall about it. And I think the number one biggest thing that we realized was there was more buy-in in year number 2. And I don't think you can underestimate how important it is that guys are committed to what you're doing, believe in what you're doing, and they're willing to embrace your messages as a coaching staff. And so going along with that, we felt like 2 is more than 1. Year 2 should be better. If you're working hard and you're doing the right things and you're trying to organize yourself in a way that you're preparing the right ways, then the second year should be better than the first. And so that's also the hope for, obviously, year 3, being 3 is more than 2. And so it's a simple formula, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. Obviously, it's not just a given, but we're hoping for great things here coming up this fall.
The Black and Gold was a perfect 5-0 at home at Grace P. Johnson Stadium last year. Does any game stick out? What's your favorite memory?
Yeah, I would say that the first game against Winston-Salem State is always a big one, and having that one at home, the second time that we've ever beaten them in program history, that sticks out. That, you know, that's a rivalry that really feels good to make sure that we get off the right way, on the right foot, and beat those guys. I think also the Tuskegee game. That was when the hurricane had come through. The field conditions were just treacherous, and the field crew did a great job of allowing us to get out there and actually play a game. But you can see on the film that it was like playing in a swamp, and it was very mushy and very wet. But a team coming in like Tuskegee, our guys handled the adversity and the buildup of that game very, very well, and we were able to go out and play very well against them.
We haven't talked to you since spring ball, so I'd like to hear your thoughts on how that went and what you've been up to since then.
I thought spring ball ended great. We had a lot of guys that got a lot of quality reps, and we really tried to train some things that we felt like from the 2015 season we wanted to address in the off season. And so we were able to do some of those things during spring ball and during winter conditioning and training, and I thought our guys handled it really, really well. And when we left for summer break, we felt really good about the group and what they had accomplished over the course of the semester.
Let's start taking a look at the roster and some of the key players on this year's squad. We'll start with the most visible position on your offense, the quarterback. Redshirt junior Patrick O'Brien is back after a season where he attempted all of the passes for your offense a year ago. Talk a little about the QB position.
Yeah, and we feel like we're in a healthier place than we've ever been at quarterback here in the last 3 years. Patrick O'Brien has done a great job of growing and maturing and developing, not without challenge, not without hardship, not without hard coaching and learning lessons, but I would say that Pat's in the best place that he's been in the last 3 years. And so that's very, very hopeful and exciting for his situation. Reggie Pinner is a guy that we were able to redshirt last year, and he got some game opportunities the year before that. And so now he took all the reps in the springtime. Pat had to actually sit out, and it's a good situation. It's a great competition right now. You know, going into week 1, we feel really good about both of those guys and being able to put either one of them out there and feel like we give ourselves a chance to win.
It's pretty fair to say that the favorite target in the passing game is wide receiver B.J. Bunn. As a junior last year, Bunn became the 12th player in program history to garner an All-American nod, as he racked up nearly 1,000 receiving yards and 11 touchdowns, both of which were program records. What kind of luxury is it for you as a coach to have that kind of guy coming back?
I love talking about B.J. Bunn from a couple aspects. He is one of the most competitive individuals that I think we've ever had come through the program. And he is such an extremely hard worker. He loves the game of football. and he's not afraid to challenge some people around him. And so his competitive spirit just sticks out just above everybody else. And obviously he's a great player, but I think his competitive nature drives him, and it puts him in position to make some of those plays. And so, you know, him coming off from the injury from last year, he is a little rusty during the summertime. He had to get back. He didn't take any reps in spring ball. He rehabbed like a madman and did a great job with it. But then this fall, he's done a fantastic job during camp. And this past week, he's really shown what he's capable of doing and really come to the forefront of the receiving corps. And so obviously, we're extremely thrilled about having him back on the field.
It's time for our first break on the Black and Gold Report. Don't go anywhere. We'll be talking more UNCP football offense when we come back.